I know I'm dressed like a bin bag, but it's cold as hell. Anyways, today we're gonna be reacting to the most painful game of deaths ever. Let's go.
The Royale Incident. Addiction is a chronic condition characterized by a compulsive urge to engage in a specific behavior like drinking, substance abuse, or in this case, Clash Royale. A young man had grown.
There's two things in this world that can genuinely deteriorate my mental health to a point where I lose sight of myself. Like I lose sight of the man I was and become a man I never want to become. And those are FIFA and Clash Royale. Like all my days, FIFA especially. FIFA in one game, I can genuinely turn into a completely different person. Like I would genuinely, I'm ready to risk it all, gang. Like I shiesty up mid game. I go crazy.
So attached to the mobile game that it became the center of his life. He was a level 9 and was already at 3,600 trophies, which, honestly,
3,600? This guy was a bot.
Is pretty impressive considering that this took place back in 2016.
Okay.
In those times, having just 3,000 trophies would literally place you in the highest arena. To put it into perspective for
inflation
today's time, it'd be like getting to 15,000 trophies when you're just a level 12. In other words, he was a sweat.
Damn.
Each victory gave him a rush of validation, and each loss felt like a personal failure. His days revolved around the climb, pushing trophies, upgrading cards, and chasing more wins.
I respect it.
Over time, his joy turned into obsession. The game that once entertained him slowly began to consume him. It was no longer just Clash Royale, the app was now his life. He took everything personal. Unfortunately for him, on one fateful night, the man would become overwhelmed.
The hee-hee-hee-ha emote, bro. I know that shit rings in his head when he's sleeping. When he puts his head on that pillow, bro. See this pillow right here? When his head is on this mother flipping pillow, bro, I know all he hears is that king's laughter, bro. I know that shit drives him insane.
By the two cards he absolutely hated the most in the game, Elite Bards and Hogwarts. Match after match, player after player, his opponents kept using these cards with their levels completely maxed out. He began losing every round, with each loss angering him more than the last. Before the young man even realized it, he had dropped down hundreds of trophies in a single day.
Damn.
At that point, something inside him broke. Rage and despair.
Oh, he was broken already.
The man threw his phone, got up from his seat, and began. So, unfortunately, I can't really show you the rest of this incident, because it turns out that it actually crosses some of YouTube's guidelines. So, maybe I'll make a Patreon or something? I don't know, but anyways, let's move on to the next incident. The gamer.
It's so graphic, you couldn't even describe it? At least tell me what happened, bro. Damn. Yo, died from the hog, bro. Died from the hog already. The fuck? Now, E-Barbs is so valid, though. I would also kill myself. Okay, I'm playing in-game. I did not just say that. Please, don't demonetize everything I own, bro.
Rage incident. In June 2024, a gaming dispute took an unthinkable turn from the virtual world into real life. After receiving constant trash talk and beratement from another player on a dying video game, a 20-year-old man from New Jersey finally decided that enough was enough. His favorite video game was shutting down its servers, his life was stressing him out, and this player was still trash talking him. The man sat down and deeply pondered how he'd go about addressing his situation, and it was at that moment that he came up with an ingenious idea. He'd go and find out where the player lived, tell his mother that he was going to visit a distant friend, and then fly 1,000 miles to the player's town.
Wow, genius idea, man. Yo, Albert and Einstein over here, bro. Albert something Einstein over here, bro. Like, what are we on about? How is that genius?
Upon arrival, he'd purchase a hammer at a local hardware store, and then found the man's house. At 2 a.m., the 20-year-old would enter through the man's unlocked door. Then he ambushed him and struck him repeatedly as he walked out of his bedroom. The man would break into a panic.
Our brightest minds, man. 2026 is brightest minds. Give this man the Nobel Crash Out Prize. Give this man the Nobel Crash Out Prize for the greatest crash out in history, bro.
And completely freak out whilst trying to register the totally unbelievable situation before his eyes. Some dude he was trash talking on an MMO was actually inside his house at 2 o'clock, attacking him. During their struggles, the man began to scream out for help, and to his complete luck, his stepfather happened to be awake and nearby. The two of them together were able to stop and subdue the 20-year-old until deputies arrived. Although he was injured pretty badly, the man survived and received staples that had helped close several head wounds. As for the other man, Kang was arrested on multiple felony charges, and when questioned about why he did what he did, he chillingly replied by saying that the other gamer was a bad person online. The VR...
Yo, I should not be laughing. And don't take this the wrong way because it's sad, but I know that felt good. I know that felt good. Fuck you was saying to me, bro? You really thought you was safe behind that screen? You really thought you was safe when you was trash talking me on Pixel Gun 3D? When you was in the chat typing in motherfucking capture the flag, bro? You really thought you was safe? You know what I wanted to do to some people, bro? You know what I wanted to do to some people back when I was a crash out on Pixel Gun, bro? When you won that chest in the 1v1? I know that felt good.
Incident. In December 2017, a 44-year-old man in Moscow was at home with his headset strapped on, fully immersed in a VR session. But inside his apartment, the line between the simulated world and the real one blurred. As he moved around the room, he lost his footing and stumbled hard, slamming into a glass table. The impact was devastating. Glass was everywhere, on and inside of him. As the man stood back up, he didn't even have a moment to panic or call 911. He instantly fell back down and became unresponsive. Unfortunately, investigators later reported that he passed away almost instantly. There was no chance to save him. This stood as one of the first recognized incidents where a VR caused the passing of an individual. It serves as a stark reminder that while virtual reality transports us to other worlds, our bodies never leave this one.
Yeah, but that's not really a VR fault. He just didn't realize. Something was blocking his vision. That's like saying like a sleeping mask is. This doesn't make sense.
A misstep in your living room is more dangerous than any simulated battlefield rendered on the screen.
That's facts.
So remember to always be aware of your surroundings when you put your...
Yeah, I've seen the videos of someone's dad on VR just jumping into the television. Bro, I've seen so many videos like that. I'm never putting a VR headset on, bro.
VR on. The window
scared me straight.
As it grew dark outside,
not that I wasn't straight beforehand, but
thundered on.
Get what I'm saying.
This night was supposed to be a quiet, relaxing session of gaming for this 33-year-old man in the UK. He sat in his living room playing his PS5, unaware of the complete chaos that yet awaited him.
Oh, PS5. Oh, we're talking recent. We're talking the last couple years. Okay, proceed with caution.
He opened up his window for some fresh air and resumed his gaming. However, the weather of the night would have no plans of calming down anytime soon. Slowly,
Classic UK, man.
It began storming harder and harder outside of his house.
Classic Britain.
Then, in the midst of his game, a sudden bolt of lightning struck his home, bounced off of a puddle of water outside, and then bolted right through his open window and slammed straight into his body. The impact from the lightning bolt was so immense that it launched him from his chair and shocked the living hell out of him, scarring his body with branch-like burns. But, despite how lethal lightning strikes are, the man somehow rose back up from the ground. His head was throbbing, and his body was on fire.
Man, what happened to physics? Was this in a different timeline where Einstein never existed, never created gravity, bro? Like, what is going on? The lightning hit a puddle, reflected, hit his ass, bounced off the PlayStation, got 360 fucking... Well, what is going on, bro?
But he was completely confused, not knowing what hit him. He went to his partner and asked for a wet towel because he had a headache, but upon seeing his horrific condition, they immediately freaked out and rushed him to a hospital to be treated. Doctors and staff took him in and did the best they could do for his burns and internal shock injuries, and against all odds, he somehow survived. Even though he didn't pass away, I couldn't imagine how absolutely horrifying it must be for you to be playing video games in the safety of your living room 1 second and then getting struck by literal lightning the next second.
Man, this is beyond terrible weather. Holy, the stereotypes are not helping us right now. What sort of freak accident is this? Like, what was Zeus doing that day, bro? He was having a laugh. Like, what is going on?
Ironically enough, the man was playing Stray, and if you're not familiar with that, it's a game where you're a cat trying to find its way back to its family through... you guessed it, a thunderstorm. The Roblox incident. In the fall of 2024, a boy whose only escape was Roblox found their world warped into something unrecognizable. What had once...
Top 3 Roblox games, I'm saying it right now, bro. I'm spitting it right now. OGs understand. Beast Swarm Simulator. If you didn't just nod your head in approval, you are a weirdo. Hop off of my video right now. You do not understand. You don't understand. Get off of my video, bro. You don't understand the struggle to get that Tabby B maxed out. Number 2, Arsenal. I said it, bro. Don't hit me with no Bloxburg, this Bloxburg. Arsenal. Number 3, Booga Booga. See that one, OG Booga Booga. That one there, you gotta be like, you gotta be beyond, you gotta be on my level, my plane of thinking. You gotta transcend that human IQ, bro. You gotta be different. You gotta become a different species to understand how goated that game was.
Once been a game of building, laughing, and running, soon became the doorway to a disturbing nightmare. As the youngster continued his gaming, he'd stumble across another friendly gamer in the chat. But on the other side of the screen was Tara Alexis Sykes, a 36-year-old woman from Pensacola, Florida. And unfortunately, she wasn't just another player.
Classic Florida
something
woman.
far more nefarious. The woman reached into the child's loneliness and began speaking to him as if she were a close friend and someone who deeply understood him. She took her time and earned his trust, and then she revealed her true intentions. She began instructing him to harm his family members. She told him to burn his younger sibling with scalding water and to violently throw him at the tile floor. If his parents found out, she commanded him to sneak into their room at night and to do away with them. She would go on to tell him to burn their house down with aerosol and matches. But when the youngster attempted the first of these vile instructions, deputies immediately arrived to the house. They found that some of the parents' sheets were covered in spray and questioned why he was hurting his younger sibling. Paralyzed in fear, the truth finally spilled out. The kid admitted that there was a woman online who was telling him that he had to do what he was doing. It was revealed that this vile witch used a children's game to puppeteer a child into attempted. Sykes was arrested and charged with multiple felonies. She was held without bond and now faces decades in prison.
Bro, I'm gonna say this right now. If you hop on Roblox, you will have peak entertainment, and as a kid, you will be vulnerable to every sort of horrible thing that can happen to you in existence. I don't even know how you like manage that as Roblox. Like, I feel bad, not for Roblox, but it's like their situation is so difficult. Because like, I swear, you're supposed to cater to brain dead kids, but at the same time, how are you supposed to make it easily accessible without making it also easy accessible for people who are trying to harm kids? Like, not to turn this video philosophical, bro, but like, damn. They call me Socrates out here, bro.
Thank God. There are countless stories like these on platforms like Roblox. If you're young,
That's what I'm
do
saying.
not talk to strangers. And if you have younger siblings, monitor them and always check up on them personally to ensure that they're safe and happy.
It's the chat function. They low-key gotta put that behind age verification. I truly believe that. Find a way to like, it's the chat function that's the problem.
The hammer. It was supposed to be just another night, until a game turned into a motive for. In Russia, a young man was told by his parents to stop staying up all day and playing computer games overnight. His mother took away his keyboard, hoping to enforce some discipline, but unfortunately, his obsession was darker than anyone realized.
Bro, I know I'm pausing the video a lot, but being a kid and your parents take away your console is top 3 worst experiences to go through as a human being. As a human being. Like, that used to bring me to tears, bro. I don't think I've cried since. I swear to God, I don't think I've cried since, bro. A tear hasn't touched my cheek since. Okay, that sounds weird, bro, but like, nothing has touched my cheek. Okay, that sounds even weirder. Well, you know what I'm saying.
That night, while his father slept, the youngster crept into his bedroom with a sledgehammer. Yep, he literally showed up with a 20-pound sledgehammer. He carefully covered his father's head with a plastic bag to ensure no mess would be made. Then he lifted up the heavy tool and swung it down at his head. He struck him woefully with 6 brutal swings.
Man, what the hell? Yo, this is the best condom ad I've ever seen, bro. Like, god damn, bro. Like, I would steal that. You know what we used to do? We used to draw maps of the house. Me and my siblings, we used to draw a map of the house and like steal the sweets on our phones back and shit. But god damn.
And sadly,
Russia is not for beginners.
His father would never wake up.
Yeah, no shit.
Even though it was his mother who took away his keyboard, he decided to attack his father instead because he was afraid that he'd wake up and stop him. After the vicious ambush, he demanded his keyboard back from his mother. He then went to his room, locked the door, and went straight to his computer setup, where he would engross himself in an endless binge of gaming for hours until police were called. Thankfully, he was arrested and formally charged for what he did to his father. Relatives described him as reclusive, spoiled, and completely lacking
Valid crash out, guys. Valid crash out. I'm just playing, bro. Like, you deadass just went right back to playing Bloxburg. Like, I know he was playing some. Tell me what he was playing, bro. Tell me what he was playing. Did he just really hop back on the Minecraft SMP? Like, is that what we really did, bro? Like, we hopped back on fucking Skyblock, bro. Oh my days. Oh my days. You are crazy.
Discipline. With his father gone, He had finally believed that he was the head of the family, but bludgeoning your father with a hammer so that you can play games doesn't make you into a man. Unfortunately, it sort of makes you the opposite. Video games exist as some of the best entertainment out there in the world. They're fun, immersive, and detailed.
But why is he trying to tell me that I shouldn't kill my
Safety is
dad,
more
bro? I
important
know
than fun
that.
and immersion. Don't speak to random strangers on the internet. Don't let your gaming become compulsive and uncontrollable. And definitely don't let games make you so mad to the point you start physically attacking people.
Damn.
Game right and game safe. With that being said, I can absolutely destroy any one of you in a Clash Royale match. That's your problem, not mine. Now have a happy day.
Yeah, he doesn't want the smoke, bro. Shush, you're trying to engage with him, bro. You don't want the smoke. W Video. What a channel. I'm gonna start making, you know how I find a creator, I just start milking all their videos. This is gonna be the next creator I'm milking. The next 20 videos are gonna be this guy's videos. Straight heat. I'll leave his channel in the description. And subscribe to my channel as well. I post videos just like this one every day, bro. Like, sub up, gang. That's it. See ya.